Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Now, today's training is essentially, we've got a diagram, all right? Now, more importantly, this is a blueprint. This is everything that I am currently doing within my agency in order to acquire clients, okay? And I've tried to be as thorough as I possibly can with this, and I've really broken down every single step and system that I utilize on a regular basis to not only sign up clients within my agency, but actually sign up clients within my program as well. There's some really, really cool stuff in here, and it goes way beyond the typical old school ways of emailing or just direct messaging. Okay, that used to work about even like, I'd say even 12 months ago that worked, and it still does work when things are done correctly. But there's also more ways that you can more things that you can do on top of that to increase your chances of success. All right, so this is a diagram here for taking your business from nothing to 10K plus. So that's specifically per month within your web design business. All right, so this diagram that you can see on screen here, and I'll zoom in a second, will give you everything that you need, all the information that you need to take your business from nothing to 10K plus per month, right? And this is focusing purely on client acquisition, right? This is the thing that people struggle with the most, and I've got it all down into one process, one blueprint that you guys can follow it. All right, you're going to get so much value from this. So let's go. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, please remember to smash the like button, hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Or if you're watching it on Facebook, just drop a comment down below. Let us know how you're getting on with your business. What is your current revenue? Or if you're excited to start growing your business, just comment growing down below. All right, let's go. Let's start here. This is where we start. All right, so you need to ask yourself, do you have a working offer? All right, so that is a solution specifically for your niche. All right, do you have a working offer? If the answer is yes, then you can move on to the next step. All right, but if the answer is no, there's a little bit of work that you need to do. All right, so if you don't have a working offer, you need to identify and define a specific person. Okay, it has to be really, really specific. Right, you've seen loads of people say you need to define your customer avatar. It's kind of like that, but I want you to try and think of one individual person. And you might be thinking, well, is that going to, is that going to reduce the opportunity to reach out to other people? Yes and no. Okay, you need to remember that there's like 7 billion people in the world. All right, you identify one specific type of person. There's gonna be thousands of them. All right, but this just allows you to be really specific with everything else within your business, such as your messaging. All right. Once you've identified that person, you then need to understand what their most pressing problems are. All right, it has to be pressing problems, not just generic problems like, oh, what are they going to have for dinner later? That's not the type of problems you want to be fixing. You want to be fixing problems that are making them lose sleep at night. Are they struggling financially? How are they going to sign up their next client, or whatever it is like that? You need to understand what these problems are. You can then brainstorm how you can solve these problems. So once you have a list of problems, brainstorm and come up with how you can solve them. All right. Once you've brainstormed that and you have a list of potential solutions, I want you to identify the most efficient solution. All right, so you don't want to be picking solutions that are really sort of inefficient with time or costings or time, like your time. So an example of this could, maybe you've got a solution for a business that that you can help, and you opted to work with them on a one-to-one basis. The fact that you're having to invest your time to that one business, it's not very efficient, because that then prevents you from working with other businesses. And if you can only work with one business, you either need to charge super high ticket or you're not going to make any money. So yeah, you need to identify what the most efficient way is. Now, once you've done that, you can create a service offering that fixes the client's problems. So once you have your ideal client and your individual client, you've now got a solution and a service that you can take to them. So you're taking your solution, you're wrapping it up into a service wrap, and you're then delivering that to them. Okay, so let's say, for example, you were targeting an e-com store. Now, the type of e-com store, the size of the e-com store will come into, this is a playing factor essentially, because a small e-com store will have different problems to a large e-com store. All right. And depending on how established they are and things like that, they're going to have different problems. So you might be opting to work with small e-com stores and you deliver them a brand new e-commerce solution. Perhaps you're a Shopify specialist or whatever. You deliver that solution and you see whether it's got a positive result. Does it have a positive result? Did you get the results that that business owner wanted? Okay, if yes, you can continue. If no, you need to rethink your service offering. Okay, so once you got a positive result, you then return to step one. Right? So you now have a working offer. You have an offer that works. So we then go to yes. You then need to do your niche research. Okay, so what this means is you need to really identify and understand your niche, them as a business owner, them as a business sector, and the type of audience that they have. Okay, just know as much as you possibly can about the niche. All right. Once you've done that, you've got two options here. Okay, first of all, we've got developing an outbound marketing mechanism. All right, so this is currently how a lot of people are doing their business, but they're kind of doing it a little bit wrong. So hopefully this will give you some clarity. All right, so an outbound marketing mechanism is you reaching out to businesses with your working offer. Okay, and if you have a solid working offer, this step's already going to become so easy for you. All right, so what you want to do here is acquire the business owner's details. Now, so you need to know how to effectively find the business owner of the business that you're reaching out to and get their details, because any outreach that you do to them, you need it to be personalized. You then need to make contact with the business, and you actually need to do this in 3 ways. So you need to send an email, you need to send direct messaging, and you need to call them. Okay, so this is called multi-platform outreach, and essentially this is a system that we've utilized and found success with, because you never really know how a business owner wants to be contacted. Okay, a lot of people just make the assumption that it wants to be via email, but if it's a busy business owner, they might not even pick up their emails. Okay, so you might want to think about really understanding how your niche sector, your niche audience wants to be contacted. All right, so there's 3 ways there for you to contact them. This then will bring you down to fill your calendar. So you'll see that this is blue. This is the ultimate goal. Like, you want to be filling your calendar with meetings. In order to build client acquisition, you need to fill your calendar. The more meetings that you have, the more opportunity you have to sell. Okay, the more opportunity you have to sell, the more customers or clients that you're going to sign up. All right, so we'll come back down to this step shortly. But essentially, what you want to be doing is pulling together an outbound marketing mechanism. All right, so that's one approach. Now you'll see here, back up to niche research, we've got another direction, okay? And this is building a multi-platform audience. Now this is something that I've started doing within my agency and also within the coaching side of my business. Right, and it works so well. So let me break this down to you. All right, and you'll see we've got build a multi-platform audience. All right, so the way that we do that is you need to focus on connecting, outbound connecting with your ideal customer, and whether that is on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is. Facebook has proven for me specifically to be the most effective. Facebook's always changing, but I've noticed a lot of people using it more for business as well, and reaching out to business owners via Facebook is becoming a lot more socially accepted. So you want to just focus a bit of time, whether that's on a daily basis, just connecting with 30 people, for example, then that's a good strategy to utilize. You want to look at building an effective Facebook group, so a private Facebook group where you can just pull in all of your ideal customers. You will have this pool of people that you can essentially push content out to and market to on a regular basis, and they're all the type of people that you want to be working with. So it's such an effective strategy. And then we've got top of the funnel creation. Okay, top of the funnel content creation. All right, so we've got multiple channels here. So you need to be pumping out content. All right, there's no secret. All right, you need to be at the forefront of your ideal customers' minds, and the only way that you can do that is by pushing out content via multiple channels and just sort of indoctrinating them, and which we'll move on to in a minute. But top of the funnel content creation, you've got YouTube content. So you'll see that I'm pushing out YouTube content. This video is YouTube and it's valuable. All right. Then we've got group posting. So once you have your Facebook group, you want to be posting in that group, and you also want to be posting in other people's groups. Okay. As long as your content is valuable and you're not hard selling. Okay, we're not trying to sell at this stage. We're just putting out valuable content, and you're looking like an authoritative figure in your space. Okay, you're helping people. When you help people, they're going to trust you. We've also got an email list. So you want to start building up an email list, whether you do that by producing some sort of lead magnet or whether you push people to a funnel. I've tried multiple different ways within my agency and also within the coaching business. So I now have a pretty solid email list. And then finally, we've got SEO as well. So you want to be putting content out on your website or putting content out in order to produce backlinks to your website to help build SEO. And there's a whole sort of SEO strategy that you could utilize. But at the moment, in terms of top of funnel creation and building a multi-platform audience, SEO is up there being important. Cool. So you've now built a multi-platform audience. Okay. You now need to indoctrinate your audience. So this focuses much more on the type of content that you need to be creating. So we've got value content. Okay. So give value. All right. Don't hold back. Give as much as you possibly can, because if you can help people without them paying for you, then when they're in a position to pay for you, they're going to come to you first. Right? So remember that. All right. So you want to be putting out valuable content. Results posts as well. People buy from people, and if you can create credibility within your agency, that's going to sort of help solidify and help people trust you. So you want to be putting out results-based content. And then finally, we've got live streams. Now, live streams is something that actually I'm still breaking out into, but it's so important. Meet people live, share some information, do a Q&A, let people engage with you and talk to you, answer their questions. It's just going to do you a world of good. Now, once you've indoctrinated your audience, this is going to also come down to fill your calendar. All right. So the end goal here is to fill your calendar with both your indoctrinating audience approach and your outbound marketing mechanism. All right. And you'll see here, we've got a green grid. All right. Now, the reason for this green grid is this part here. Within my program, the Agency Alchemist, we have all of this built out in terms of client acquisition at the moment. Right, and this green stuff is currently being built out. So the whole additional system for generating business through the likes of social media, building up your top of funnel creation platforms, that's still being built out. Right, so there's still tons of value coming into my program, and the reason for that is, I don't want this program to be done. Right, it won't be done, and the reason for that is the industry changes so fast that I need to be continuously switching things up within my own agency. And when things work, I'm going to put it in the program so you guys can absolutely crush it as well. So this is coming soon. I'm currently building this out. So that's why I've highlighted that green. Everything else so far already exists. All right. So next we've got filling your calendar. Again, as I've already said, this is the most important step. Okay. You need to fill your calendar with meetings. All right. So I want you to ask yourself, do you have a Calendly link? Have you set up Calendly? No? Create a booking calendar. Like, create that, because you're going to need it. It's the most effective way to allow people to book in with you at a time that's convenient for both of you. It's such an effective tool, honestly. Yes, then you want to be utilizing messenger conversations. So when you are reaching out to people on social media, or specifically, building a multi-platform audience and indoctrinating that audience, you want to be messaging them. Okay, so that goes for any social platform. I know it says messenger, which you might associate to Facebook, so we could probably just change that to DM conversations, right, just to make it a bit clearer. So direct message conversations. We want inbound leads. So inbound leads could come by way of any of these top of the funnel creations, right? Email lists, if you're putting out content, if you're doing SEO, if you're posting in groups, if you're posting on YouTube, people are going to reach out to you once they've seen your content and they found what you're offering valuable. They trust you and they want help. They're going to come to you. And then finally, we've got, next we've got call to action posts. So within your content creation here, we're going to be putting out call to action posts. So within your posts, pretty much any post, you want to have a call to action of some sort on there. Okay, and there'll be specific posts that have a call to action that drive people to book in a call with you. If they want, you're specifically asking them if they want help. They're going to book in a call with you. Put your calendar link on there. They can directly do that. All right. And then we've got Outbound Bookends, which is essentially this process here. All right. So with all of your outbounds, what you might want to do is if someone replies to you, you can send them the Calendly link, or you could add the Calendly link within your email. Totally up to you. There's various ways that you can do it. And I do cover this within the program of my 3-step outreach strategy that gets booked meetings for us. We cover all of that within the program. So there you have it. That is essentially, let me zoom out. This is the current blueprint that I have defined and distilled within both my agency and my training program to get them to at least 10K per month. So it works. It really works. I hope you found it valuable. Now, if you have found it valuable, please remember to hit the like button if you're on YouTube. Hit subscribe as well. I'd really appreciate it. And comment down below whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Comment, let me know how your business is going, and if you're ready to get going and start growing your business, just comment growing down below. Really appreciate it. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you later.